Hello students, our today's topic is bar graph of chapter 3 data handling. So let's start. In our previous videos, we have represented data by frequency distribution table. Then we represented the complete data by a single value like arithmetic mean, median, mode and range. In today's topic, we will represent the complete data by bar graph. That is another way to represent the data. Bar graph is a visual way to represent the data, and in bar graph, we represent the data by rectangles of uniform width, and it is a most suitable way to compare the different values, so that just by looking the data we can draw conclusions and we can compare the data very quickly. Now let's take an example. The number of chocolates sold by a shop is given. This data is given and we have to represent it by bar graph. So our first step is to draw y-axis and x-axis. Draw y-axis and then x-axis. This vertical axis is called y-axis and this horizontal axis is called x-axis. Then in second step, we have to choose an appropriate intervals on y-axis. That we will decide by looking at this data. Look at the smallest value is 100 and the highest value is 700. So we choose an interval so that the graph is easy to plot and easy to understand. So we start from 0, where y-axis and x-axis meet. Here we will write 0, that is 0. So write here 0, then write the smallest value 100, next 200, then 300, 400, 500 and 600, 700, as our highest value is 700. Now these are number of chocolates sold. So write here number of chocolates sold. We represent this frequency on y-axis, and here we will represent the days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And we have to represent these days also at equal gap. These are days. So write here days. Then here is Monday. On Monday 500 chocolates are sold. So we will represent the height of rectangle by this frequency, that is 500. So draw a bar of height 500. 500 is here. So put here points and now draw this 500. Next on Tuesday 300. So draw a rectangle of height 300, 300, Next, on Wednesday, 200. So draw a rectangle of height 200, that is 200. Next, on Thursday, 400. So draw a rectangle of height 400. 400. Next, on Friday, 100. So draw a rectangle of height 100 in front of 100. Next, on Saturday, that is 700. So put here point in front of 700. On Sunday, it is 600. So put 2 points in front of 600. Then join these and draw a rectangle of height 600. Our next step is to write a scale. What is the scale? This gap we are taking at an interval of 100, 100. So scale is 1 unit is equal to this interval, that is 100. What are these? Chocolates. So write here 100 chocolates. 100 chocolates. One thing is also remaining. What is the title of this bar graph? That is number of chocolates sold by a shop. So give it a title, number of chocolates sold by a shop. That is its title. And we represent this data by a single graph. Its name is single bar graph. Single bar graph. As here only one data is given, single bar graph. Now we take another example in which number of days are given and the number of cells made by Priya and Varsha are given. And this data we have to represent this by a bar graph. So how will we represent this? First we will draw x-axis and y-axis. At the meeting point of x-axis and y-axis we will put here 0. Now look at this data. The smallest value here is 25 and the highest value is 50. So according to this, choose your interval, and it is suitable to take the gap of 5, 5. So we will take an interval of 5, so that data is neither too long and neither too short. Then next, write here number of cells, as we are representing the frequency on y-axis and days on x-axis. Now the number of cells made by Priya on Monday is 50 and Varsha is 40. We will represent this on a single graph. That is, draw a rectangle of height 50. 50 is here. So put here 2 points. Draw this. Draw a height of rectangle 50. Now join this, and now cells made by Varsha is 40. So represent here without gap because they are representing on Monday. Draw another rectangle. We will join these two rectangles. We will not take gap between them. On Tuesday 35. So where is 35? Here. Join these. And made by Varsha 45. So where is 45? Here. Put here 2 point again. Join these by a rectangle. 45. In similar way, we will represent this complete data. You can do it yourself. Now which things are remaining? First, write here scale. Which is the scale? We are taking here interval of 5. So scale 1 unit is equal to 5 cells. Then we have to differentiate these two rectangles. First, cells made by Priya represent by a different shade, and second rectangle by a different shade. So we will put here a shade like this. Again in Tuesday also, all the data of Priya is represented by this shade. Then to differentiate this, we will represent here also. This represent Priya and this rectangle represent Varsha. What we have done, we have represent two same type of data on a single graph. So it is a double bar graph. Double bar graph. Double bar graph. You will complete it yourself. I think I have cleared the concept of bar graph, and now you can do let's try 4 based on this video. Thank you.